Why are you here? What made you come today? Yes.
I came for the Kirtan.
Kirtan. Oh, very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, over here. So why are you here?
Really into the Kirtan, I could see.
To give devotion to Sri Krishna and all the gods.
Very nice. To give devotion to Krishna. Very nice. Thank you. Anybody else who wants to give it a go? How many, okay, sorry, before I start, how many of you don't understand Hindi? Raise your hands. Except for kids. Okay. Alright. How many of you are here because somebody forced you to be here? It's okay, be honest. Be honest. How many of you are here because your wife said if you don't go, you're going to be in trouble? That's a direct question, you know? Yes. We have one honest person over there. And fearless as well.
Fearless as well, that's important.
I don't know what's going to happen at the end, but right now he's very fearless. So thank you. So what's going to happen is, as you can see in here, we have a set of books here, and you must have seen that I was doing some prayers to the book. How many of you felt, be very honest, how many of you felt really weird? What is this guy doing? Books, praying to the books. Anybody felt weird? How many of you from, actually not from India? Raise your hand if you're not from India. Where are you from? Sri Lanka. Okay. Anyone else not from India? So,
We have 1 year. So you're...
where are you from? Pakistan. Oh, very nice.
Sneh,
So, I've got
Water.
Sir, you're from Sri Lanka. Did you find it weird did you see me when I was praying to the books over here? Yeah. Did you find it weird? Does it happen? Have you ever seen that happening?
Yeah, I have seen.
You have. Okay, you have seen it. How about you from Pakistan? Have you ever seen praying to the books? No. How about Quran? Have you seen anyone praying to the Quran like yours? You know? Yeah? Okay. So it's similar thing because we'll talk more about that. The reason why I'm saying that is it may seem very, very weird when you see, especially when we are in Australia. In India, a lot of people do that, but here we don't see this. So, I'm going to actually start off with what is the relevance of the books here, like why we wanted to do that. This was a request of Sneh, Prabhu, for us to pray to Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the book's scriptures, and this scripture is considered to be the actual form of Lord. So when you bring this Bhagavatam set at home, you're actually inviting God Himself in the house. So actually, this is a literary incarnation of the Lord. And the way we treat these books are exactly the way we treat a very respectable person. You know, we don't touch it with our feet and stuff. We don't touch it when we are unclean and things like that. But let's talk about why. Why do we do that to a book? And I'm going to repeat this. How many of you are here something like this for the first time? Raise your hands. For the first time, something like this. So, yes, okay. So, I'm very safe to tell you a story which a lot of you guys have heard so many times from me. But this story is it has a very powerful message.
There are guys sitting outside. Can you call them in?
Yeah, please. Can you please come in? Please, can you move forward a little bit so we can actually get some people to come and sit at the back? Please come in. I know you can, but I can't see you, I can't connect with you. I'm so sorry. But trust me, if it's really boring, then I will let you go. Come and sit over here, right in the middle. Nobody, I will not ask questions if you sit at the front. I will definitely ask questions if you're at the back. There is one more person here. He's coming in as well. Thank you. Please sit down. So, I'm going to tell you a story. And a lot of people have heard this story. Please try and laugh it wherever it needs to be. So, there was a Raju. The story is of Raju who loved Kaju. Kaju means cashews. So one day, he was playing soccer in the village, and there this old woman, the old grandma, she came in front of the field and she had a whole handful of cashews in her hand. And she goes, anybody likes kaju? And then Raju heard that, oh, Raju loved kaju. So Raju went running and said, Dadi Amma, I love kaju. So Dadi Amma goes, here you go. He ate the kaju. Next day again, same thing happened. Dadi Amma came and said, Raju, do you want kaju? Raju went running on kaju. It happened 2-3 times. And then suddenly, Raju had a question. What do you think is the question he had? What question should he have? Yes?
Why do you keep coming every day?
Why do you keep coming every day? Yeah? But why are you giving me kaju? Why are you giving me kaju? It's a natural question. So 2-3 days he enjoyed it. Then he thought, I'm going to ask. So then he goes, Dadi Amma came and said, Raju, do you want kaju? Raju went running and said, yeah. But I'm going to ask you a question. Why are you giving me the kaju? And Dadi Amma said, look, I don't have teeth. So I can't eat kaju. So cashews. So, because I can't eat, I don't want to waste it. So I want to give it to someone who loves it. And you love it. And he goes, okay. Then he was satisfied. Yeah? That's a good question, good answer. And he's satisfied. 2 days happened, same thing. And then he had another question. What do you think the question is? No, you've heard this now. He knows. What do you think he would have asked? So now he knows why she was giving kaju, because she can't eat it. What is the next set of questions that someone would ask? Yes?
Maybe why, from where grandma is getting the cashew?
Yes. If you don't have kaju, if you don't have teeth, why are you buying kaju? Yeah? Why do you buy kaju where you have to give it to someone? Then next day, he went and asked Dadi Amma. Dadi Amma gave him kaju. He goes, Dadi Amma, tell me, why are you giving me kaju? Why do you buy kaju when you can't eat? Dadi Amma said, look, my son lives in Australia, and he comes and he gives, every year he brings chocolates. So I eat chocolate, but inside the chocolate there is cashews. I can't eat the cashews, so I suck all the chocolate and I give you the kaju. What do you think Raju would have done? He threw the kaju and ran for his life, yeah? Now, we are all laughing about it, but give me an answer. This is a question, very important question. What happened? Why? No, you have heard this. So why did what happened to Raju before he heard the truth and after he heard the truth? What changed in Raju? Yes?
He didn't want to eat any of the kaju anymore.
Why?
Because there was already spit and saliva on it.
Because he now has, the only difference between Raju one day ago and Raju now is, now he has knowledge about where the kaju is coming from. Yeah? So now, I'm going to ask you a question. Think about your life. How many times you have been given a kaju? Not technically, but given something that was not good for you, but it was given to you. And you happily were taking it. Can you guys give me an example? Anyone? Yes?
Chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah. Chocolate is ultimately not good for you. But somebody has given you, and you're loving it. Anything else? Any other kajus in your life? Something that you have done that you thought it was good, and then after you realize, no, that was the kaju. Huh? Oslo.
Good one.
Amazing.
I heard someone say wife. I did not say it, I just heard it. So I am not going to even say who said it. I know who said it. So that we can't do anything about that kaju. No matter how intelligent you are, that kaju you have to bear it. Yes, beta.
I used to eat mushroom a long time ago until I found it was non-vegetarian. So I just stopped and like quit it for like the last days, and whenever there's something with mushroom, I was like, no, I'm just gonna take that off and let's give me no.
Very nice. But we're talking about, very nice, Vita. Thank you for sharing. We're talking about experiences in your life. Anyone else has anything that you want to share apart from housing loans? Anything somebody has, you know, in Hindi we call it limbu de diya. We call it, you know, somebody has chuna laga diya mere ko. Anybody, no, so you guys never got anyone? Yes, Prabhu. Somebody has given you a smoke. One rag, nothing will happen. Be a man. You know, there was an ad, cigarette in my hand. I felt like a man. Something like
Live life king size.
Live life king size and all those rubbish. All of these things are kaju. Because in late 50s, they found out that cigarettes are very injurious to health. What they did, they wanted to sell more cigarettes. You know what they did? They got a woman advertising for it, and a woman will come on the screen and she will say, "I am no less than a man. If whatever a man can do, I can do." And she's smoking. Now suddenly the cigarette sales doubled because now they have more customers. Now they have doubled, and they have stopped. They started portraying it as no issues with it until around mid-70s. Uske baad they find out it was injurious. Then now you can see it says smoking kills. But does that stop people from smoking? No. So what does that mean? That means we know it's a kaju. Somebody has slurped on it and we are still eating it. We know it's kaju, we are still eating it. Now what makes us do that? What makes us still have that kaju even if... Yes? No, that's okay. Yeah. Can you pass on mine?
Instincts.
Instincts, wow. What's your name, Rita?
Moksha.
Wow, she's very intelligent, Moksha. I'm very glad to have you here. Thank you. Now, let's play a video. This video is going to talk about knowledge. There are some bits in here which are in Hindi, but you will actually get the gist of it anyway.
Most powerful 9-lettered word?
Most powerful 9-letter word.
Yes, but I'm using a different one here. Knowledge, that's right. The most powerful 9-lettered word is knowledge. You know? And there are two kinds of knowledge. One is called Paravidya. Second is called Aparavidya. Aparavidya is what you all study in your universities. That knowledge helps you make a living. And Paravidya or spiritual knowledge helps you make a life. And there's a difference between making a living and making a life. Even our batata vada seller makes a living. You don't have to be an engineer to make so much money. I know one of my friends who sells batata vadas at Fort. I have friends from all ranges, you know. So he sells batata vada at Fort, and this guy makes 80,000 rupees a month, out of which his profit is 60,000 rupees. कई आप लोगों का तनख्वाह नहीं होता कई बार उसका, हाँ? Making a living, you know, batata vada wala makes. So making a living, that knowledge you must have, and our universities give us that knowledge. Please pursue it. But along with that, if you don't come here, if you don't learn the knowledge of the Gita, if you don't learn the knowledge of the Srimad Bhagavatam, if you don't understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, you made a living, but not a life. Ghatotkacha was killed on the battlefield. Abhimanyu was killed on the battlefield. So many of the 5 sons of Draupadi were killed on the battlefield. All of their near and dear ones were killed. What a challenge. The only way the Pandavas could face it, because Krishna had given them transcendental knowledge. That is the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita as it is. Such an amazing book. Please read it. Come here. Attend our programs. Go to the different places where our ISKCON Youth Services preaches. Learn the philosophy of the Gita. Understand this Paravidya as you also pursue your Aparavidya. When you have a combination of the two, your life will be great. Don't make excuses like this Indian people many times. वो लोग बोलता है हम गीता को हाथ नहीं लगा सकता साहब. क्यों? आज थोड़ा पिया है. हाथ नहीं लगा. तो हमारा बुक बांटने वाला बोलता है कोई बात नहीं प्लास्टिक में ढक के दे दे ले जा. Plastic. Plastic. One of our book distributions, our Panchapandav Prabhu, he was distributing books somewhere and one guy asked him, Swami ji, शर्म नहीं आता है आपको? बोला क्या हो गया? बोला गीता का पैसा लेता है? भगवान ने कुरुक्षेत्र में फ्री में सुना है ना? तुम्हें इधर 80 रुपए लेता है? तो है डिवोटी वेरी स्मार्ट. वो बोला कुरुक्षेत्र में फ्री में सुना है 80 रुपए ट्रांसपोर्टेशन चार्ज है बॉम्बे का. Transportation charges. Don't allow any excuses in life to stop you from pursuing Paravidya. This is not a temple. This is a university. As you have a university which teaches you Aparavidya, this is a university which teaches you Paravidya. Come to this university and get this knowledge.
So, can someone put the echo down? बहुत ज़्यादा echo हो रहा है.
Echo में प्रभु negative.
Hare Krishna. Much better. Thank you. So now, tell me the benefits of knowledge. Let's quickly. Yes, beta. What's the benefit of knowledge? Yes.
It helps you get a job and you know more.
Help you get.
Help people.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Anyone else? Yes, beta.
It can help in any type of situation, no matter what, either spiritual or material.
Very nice, beautiful. Anyone else? What's the benefits? What are the benefits of knowledge?
Indians should also answer, not just the kids.
Yes, I think kids are leading by far anyway. All right, please answer. There is nothing, no wrong answers. Yes, over. Anyone on that side? What are the benefits of getting knowledge?
We can avoid kaju.
Yes, brilliant. Allah. That's what I wanted to hear it. We can avoid kaju. Yes. Anyone else? What are the other benefits of? So if we want to have knowledge, like there are two kinds of knowledge. One is material knowledge that we study in school and stuff. We know, Pythagoras theorem from differential calculus, integral calculus. We've all done all of that. And then now we have been spoken about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all of those things. So this material knowledge we have in school, but spiritual knowledge, the school is cutting down. I remember when I was in grade 2, we had a book called Sankshipt Ramayana. They used to teach us in NCERT, and then slowly it got taken away. So slowly and gradually spiritual knowledge is going away. One of the things that spiritual knowledge does, benefits of knowledge is that we can find the practical way of living. Was it your daughter? Yeah. So she actually said to learn, get a job and to be a good human being. We get taught in the school, be a good human being. What is the name? What do we do? Or don't scream at anyone, don't swear. What else do we say to the kids at school? Don't scream, don't swear. What else? Be polite.
Don't lie, don't cheat.
Huh? Don't cheat, don't lie. Imagine, sorry, can I ask you a question quick? Do you, when you were little, is there a position you wanted to be in when you grow up? What did you want to be when you were little?
Like a job.
Job, yeah.
Like a scientist.
Scientist. So imagine, what's your name?
Soumya.
Soumya. Very nice name, Soumya. Soumya wanted to be a scientist. Eh? So imagine, have you ever had your child come up to you and say, Papa, I want to be a scientist, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create weapons that will kill everyone. I'm going to find ways to rob the bank. I'm going to try and invent things to torture people. Does it happen? Never happens. But do we have scientists like that? Yes. So what happened? What happened from that child who actually says, imagine your son says, I want to be a cop. Guess what, Papa? I'm going to be so rich, I'm going to take bribe left, right and center. Can you guys please move forward a little bit, please? Because there are people coming and we need space at the back. But move forward, more. Thank you. Imagine your son says, I want to be a doctor. Mama, I want to be a doctor, but you know what I'll do? When I grow up, I'm gonna sell people's kidneys. Does it happen? Doesn't happen, huh? But in reality, does it happen? Yes. So what happens between a little child who says innocently, I want to be a doctor, I want to go and change the world, to someone who is now selling kidneys? What has happened?
Shift in knowledge.
Yes. That understanding that I need to be a person who should not lie, who should not get angry, who should not have lust, anger, greed, pride. All of that gets deleted from the knowledge. And how does it get deleted? Imagine that there is a constant flow of water. If you want to go to the other side, you have to continuously swim. If you start swimming, what happens? You go with the flow. So, if you don't take knowledge on a regular basis, you're not swimming. And if you're not swimming, what's happening? You're going with the flow. And the flow of the world is, जो दिखता है, वो बिकता है. Whatever makes me rich, famous, powerful, that's all I want. I really don't care about other people's feeling. So something happens between a kid, between a childhood and when they grow up. Now the question is, what is the ultimate purpose? So there is a purpose, you said there is a purpose of education is to, knowledge is to get a good job and become a better person. Yeah? Now, I want you to tell me, what is the ultimate purpose of that knowledge? Is it just, I want to be a good person? Is it enough? No? Then what's good? So what's next? What is the ultimate purpose? Yes. Mike? Tell the mic. Who has it? I'm asking you on the mic because people won't hear you.
The ultimate purpose is either you can get a better job or you can help people and carry that knowledge to others.
Good. Yes. Anyone else? Adults? Yes. Can you pass on the mic, please? Because I want people to hear you. Yes.
Know yourself.
Know yourself. Very good. Can I ask you counter question? Is that okay? Because don't mind it, because I really want to go deeper into this. So, if you want to know yourself, what will happen if you know yourself?
You get to know who you really are.
Yeah. You got to know who you really are. Then what? What would that do?
Then you have a purpose in life to.
Then you have a purpose. Brilliant. You have a purpose in life. Good. Can I ask you more? Because I really want to go deeper into this. So now you know your purpose of life. Now what? What happens once you know your purpose of life? Then what? Keep thinking, guys. It's for everyone. Yes. So now you wanted to get the purpose of your life. Now you know the exact purpose of your life. Now what?
You need a vehicle.
Huh?
You need a vehicle.
You need a vehicle. So what will happen with that? So if you need a vehicle, suppose you need a vehicle to get to your
Find out ways and means to achieve it. And then
brilliant. So now you found your purpose, you found the way to fulfill that purpose.
means to achieve it.
Then what will you get once you have that?
Ultimate peace.
Peace. There is another word I'm looking for.
Ultimate happiness.
Oh, yes, beautiful. That's what I was going to go for. So, the ultimate aim of a knowledge is to be happy. Now somebody will say, I get happy. Why you guys laughing? Somebody will say, I get happy when my friend gets beaten up, man. What is I want him to get bashed up. I'll be really happy. Is that happiness? What is the difference between, suppose I get happy, वो बाजू वाले ने नई टेस्ला खरीदी है, I need to buy Maserati, नहीं खरीद पाया तो बाजू वाले की टेस्ला में, and I have, is that happiness? What is the difference between that feeling and the feeling that you were talking about happiness? What is the difference?
Something that lasts for long or forever.
I love it. Beautiful. I love it.
The other one, like the example that he quoted, is all about pleasure. You get the pleasure out there, but you don't get the happiness.
Thank you. Thank you for going deep with me on this, because this is the point that I want to hit on. There is one thing called pleasure and there is another thing called happiness. Someone comes up to you as a teenager and say, hey, there is a pill, it's called ecstasy, have it. You'll be happy for 3 hours. Is that happiness?
No.
That might be a little pleasure, yeah? But it's not happiness. So we need to understand that ultimate purpose of knowledge is happiness. Now, tell me, is there lack of knowledge around us?
No.
No? Very good, no. If there is no lack of knowledge, knowledge is on our fingertips, like, ChatGPT. You name it, there are 200 million apps now. Now we have knowledge on our fingertips, but are we happy? Then the equation has something wrong, isn't it? We just discussed the ultimate aim of knowledge is to be happy. Now we have knowledge on our fingertips. Why aren't we happy? Yes. Can I have the mic over here, please? So, Pritesh, why aren't we happy?
Because it is not the purified knowledge, because that type of knowledge.
I should ask him the last man, seriously.
So basically that type of knowledge is material knowledge.
Yes.
But material, like if you still use those apps, for example ChatGPT, you answer is space and ending or not? Does it have like a comma or not?
Fair enough, fair
And it
enough.
says,
So very nice, Beta. Thank you very much. He actually gave the full answer, which I'm gonna elaborate now. Thank you, Beta. That was really good. Because we don't know anything about true happiness, we are actually focused on the wrong side of happiness. We are looking. We know our kajus. We know it is a kaju, but we are slowly and gradually picking it up. Eating it up, picking it up, eating. The reason is because we are concentrating on a wrong aspect. We are looking at the wrong place for the right thing at the wrong place. There is a story of a bird in a cage. So what happened is this lady went to the market and she bought a beautiful, beautiful bird, and that bird had and she bought a golden cage. It was beautiful. She left it next to the window. For a long time, what she did is she actually every day she would shine the cage, completely shining. But she forgot to feed the bird. So what happens to the bird if the bird is not fed? What will happen to the bird? Yes.
it would starve.
Starve. And what will happen to the starved bird? Die. The bird will die. And then suddenly she will think, oh my goodness, the house was very amazing when I got this cage and the bird. Now it doesn't feel the same. The beautiful golden cage is there. Why is it doesn't feel the same? Because the life of the cage is gone. So in this example, the bird represents our soul and the cage represents our body. So all our life, we are trying to satisfy this body. We are trying to polish this body. We are trying to make it look better, bigger, stronger, attractive, powerful, and more impactful. But we forget to feed the bird inside, which is the soul. So we eat food. When we eat food, does it nourish our soul? No, it doesn't. Hang on. If we eat normal food, does it nourish our soul?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. It nourishes our body. It doesn't nourish our soul. So, now what can we do to nourish our soul? And that's where this knowledge comes in. When you have, Prabhuji was talking about para knowledge, apara knowledge. Para knowledge is the knowledge which we get in the school, but this is apara knowledge. This apara knowledge is for our soul. So if you don't have that knowledge, you may have an amazingly golden cage of the body, but you will have no bird inside. Your soul is not going to be nourished. Now, the question is, if the only time you can be happy, if you can nourish the soul, because we are trying to be happy by nourishing this body. Whatever I feel like I'll eat, whatever I feel like I'll drink, but I'll get drunk just to be happy. How many people in the world just drink because they want to be happy? Every Friday, Saturday night they will drink just to be happy. If that makes them happy, then why people commit suicide? Those people at the end commit suicide. Why? Because alcohol or anything else is not the reason for your happiness. The only way you can be eternally happy is scriptures. That's the only way. And that is the reason why today is extremely auspicious day, because Sneh Prabhu has received this knowledge in a formal manner, saying that he's got all these books here. But if these books remain in this plastic cover, do you think he will get any knowledge? Okay. It's like you're trying to eat with a face mask on. I've seen those ads where people just forget they have face mask on, they'll just put the whole rasgulla up. It comes out. That's what will happen with the knowledge. So we need to make sure. Oh, can you pass me the first book, please? Thank you. Alright, so what I'm going to do now we understand what is there is a little bit of understanding now, yeah? What is the importance of these books, yeah? Anybody has any questions so far? Okay. So, let's read. So, what happened is, in this book, there is a personality called Parikshit Maharaj, who is going to die in 7 days. How many days?
7 days.
7. He's got 7 days to live. And he is asking a question to someone. So what is the question? Can you read the English translation? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you pass me that? Now we want to do the show. We do next show. Yes, Beta.
O trustworthy Brahmanas, I now ask you about my immediate duty. Please, after my proper deliberation, tell me of the unalloyed duty of everyone in all circumstances, and specifically of those who are just about to die.
So, those who are just about to die, he's asking. The whole Bhagavatam was spoken after this. So, how many of you here are not going to die? Raise your hand. How many of you think you're going to die? Raise your hands.
Die in
There
7
are some people who don't want to raise their hand. You guys going to be eternal? It's not possible. Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, everyone tried, doesn't work. Thank you. So, when he asked those who are just about to die, what is the meaning? How many of us, including myself, can guarantee that on the way home, I will reach home? Nobody can guarantee. Nobody. You know why? Because we don't know when we're going to die. So this knowledge is for who? For me? For everyone. Everyone who one day is going to die, because we don't know when we're going to die. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this verse. I want you to repeat after me. This verse is the second verse of the first canto. So this is how, so repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Now this verse is a little difficult to pronounce, but try your best, okay? Dharma prochita kaitavotra paramo. Dharma prochita kaitavotra paramo. Nirmatsaranam satam. Nirmatsaranam satam. Vedam vastavamatra vastu shividam. Vedam vastavamatra vastu shividam. Tapatrayon mulanam. Srimate Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. Srimate Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. Kim va Pareshwara. Kim va Pareshwara. Sadhyo Hridyo Vrudyate Trikritihi. Shushrushrubhit Takshana. This is the starting of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is how the Srimad Bhagavatam actually starts. This is the second verse. The first one we didn't read because of some reasons. We'll talk in a second. But this verse, now, Dharma. What is the meaning of Dharma? Anybody knows what is the meaning of Dharma? Raise your hand if you know the meaning of Dharma. What is the meaning of Dharma? Yes, bro.
Righteousness.
Yes, Dharma is religiosity, righteousness. So it's saying Dharma projita kaitavo. Kaitavo ka matlab hota hai, kaitavo means cheating religions. You know, any religion, any knowledge which is giving you knowledge which is materially motivated. What happened? Can you see the completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated? Anything, any knowledge that are gonna give you understanding about material things only. How to buy a better house, how to win friends and influence people, you know, how to have seven highly effective leadership qualities and all those sort of things. Anyone who talks about Stephen Covey, all those sort of things. So what happens is this Bhagavad Puran actually says it rejects all those sort of religions which talk about material motivation. And another thing that is very important is in the first line, the last two words is Nirmat Saranam Satam. Nirmat Saram means people who are non-envious. You know what is the meaning of non-enviousness? Non-envious are people who looks at someone else's Maserati and thinks, oh, what a glorious man. I hope one day I will reach up to his height, like his earnings, so that I can buy a Maserati. That is non-envious. Envious kya bolega? Oh, either I buy Maserati or I burn down his Maserati. So that's called enviousness. No? What is the difference between enviousness and jealousy? What is the meaning? What is the difference between enviousness and jealousy? What is very small difference? Enviousness is they want to do something harm to you. Jealousy, they just don't like you being happy. That's it. But they won't do anything about it. You know? होता है ना दूसरों को दूसरे के चेहरे पे खुशी देख के खुशी उतर जाती है. You look at somebody's happiness and you just forget about your happiness. You actually become really unhappy looking at someone's happiness. That's jealousy. Enviousness is when you actually do something about it. Oh, why is this happy? This person happy. I'm going to do something so that they become unhappy. That's called enviousness. So this Bhagavatam is not for people who are envious. So if any of us has any kind of enviousness, we can read this and we can get rid of that envy. However, if we have no intention to get rid of that envy, nothing from this book will make sense. So we need to be fully pure in heart. And the highest truth is It is actually the highest truth. What is the highest truth? You know, there is a truth and there is a highest truth. Truth is like, you know, truth is, can you tell me what is the meaning of truth? Yes, beta.
Honesty.
Yes, very good. What are other things? Give me an example of truth. What is one truth?
The correct.
I don't know. I'm asking him. He's going to give me the answer that I want to go right in the end.
One truth, for example, a truth can be that Krishna has taught many devotees.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Yes, what? Give me an example of a truth.
Just making an attempt.
Yeah, make an attempt.
Something that can't be changed.
Truth is something that cannot be
Can't be
changed.
altered, can't be modified.
Okay, can't be modified. That is the truth. Yes. Yes. Anyone else? Over here. Can you pass on the mic over here? Better mic. The back. Can you guys please keep moving forward because there are people coming, more people coming. We don't have space. Better, can you move forward? Can we move forward? Yes. So give me an example of truth. Who was going to give the example of truth? So over here, mic over here. Who's got the mic? Oh. Yes. Death is the truth. Yes, you cannot change that. You know. Somebody says this is night. It's evening. Yeah. Is it truth? This time, 8:16 p.m. is evening. No, it's not evening. In India, it's still afternoon. Yeah. It's not evening. So its truth could be something for me and something for someone else. You know. So that's not truth. Truth is when it's true for everyone. Regardless of time, place and circumstances, that is only truth. So this Bhagavatam propounds the biggest, highest truth of all. Now, somebody will say, how this is scripture, yeah? This is scriptural knowledge. And because this scriptural knowledge is truth, we can accept it. Now someone will say, how do I trust it? So tell me, how do we trust anything? Mike, please, over here. These kids are amazing. How do we trust anything? What do we do?
If we're unsure, we can watch them or take the time, or for anything else like materialistic, just leave it. It's materialistic. Like you can't trust that product.
Wow, how old are you, beta?
9.
Wow. When I was 9, I would not even sit here for 10 minutes. So you're very glorious. Thank you very much. Thank you. So how do we trust anything? Yes, beta.
By looking into it, plus
very good.
Since the Srimad Bhagavatam is an old Vedic scripture written by the time when like great sages and some people were with Krishna, it will have to be the truth because they would have been with Krishna.
Very nice, very nice. Yes. How do we know something is? How do we trust something?
We trust something by accepting it.
Yes, but how do you know that that's a truth? How do we know that what they are doing we can trust?
If it's like truth for everyone, not just one person.
These kids are, how old are you?
7.
Oh my goodness. I mean, 2 years time they'll be sitting here giving better classes than me. So the way scientists do that is this. They experience and they collect evidence to trust something. If somebody you go to the city, yeah? You go to the CBD, you ask someone, hey, you're in Flinders Street station, you say I want to go to Latrobe Street, can you guide me? And you say, hey, you go straight and on the left, the first street will be Flinders Lane and the second street will be Collins Street, that little Collins. And they will give you all these points, yeah? And then you start walking. And then you've written down, you say, the person said the first will be Flinders Lane. Oh, it is Flinders Lane, yes, very nice. Next one is Collins Street. Oh, he was right. Third one is little Colin. Oh, he was absolutely right. And now you have full trust because you have experience and you have evidence. Yeah? And then it is possible that you fold your little instruction, put it in your pocket because you know that the person told me the truth. Second one is reputation and recommendation. You know? We can have good car only if a movie star eats it. You know, some of you guys probably wouldn't know good car. You know, tobacco. You know, chewing tobacco. If Ajay Devgan is on the screen and he's saying, you know, have this tobacco and you'll be all good. You know? Then because they have reputation and recommendation, some people say, oh, I love Ajay Devgan. I'm gonna start having this good car. And that's another kind of kaju, you know. Then the third one is transparency and openness. Then they will see the evidence. It is transparent. That means what I can see is the same as someone else is seeing. ऐसा नहीं है कि somebody has given me, you know, libu. I'm seeing exactly what other person is saying. Now, how authentic are our scriptures? We're going to discuss this now. So, scriptures are the one thing we know that. I'm so sorry. I can't concentrate when I hear people talking. Sorry. So what happens is, how many of you know Newton? Raise your hand if you know Newton. Was he a Hindu? No. Was he a devotee? No. Okay. How about Einstein? How many of you know Einstein? Some of you don't know, that's okay. How about Galileo? Now I'm going to get a little bit Galileo here. How about Dalton? Dalton's theory, yeah. How about Faraday? Michael Faraday? Yeah. How about James Maxwell? Okay, all of these, yes. James Maxwell. So now all of these names that I have quoted, none of them have read this book fully, but they have read Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita has similar concept, but in short. They all actually propound for our scriptures. They actually say that the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, they are authentic. So remember we spoke about reputation and recommendation. Now we are not taking recommendation from someone who is Hindu and who is like, you know, devotee and things like, who's got a tilak like me. You know, somebody looks at me with tilak and they say, oh, you will only talk about Krishna, man. Talk something else, nah? Why? Always God. You know, because that's my reputation. But these people are actually reputed. Now, let's talk about some. Now, I'm going to prove to you right now, there's things that are written in our scriptures, they are not just myth. You know, some people say mythology, Hindu mythology. You know what is the meaning of mythology? Wrong or fake news is called mythology. So, some facts. So, how many of you know who this is? Raise your hands. Can you say in loud who that is? Lord Varahadev. You know? So in our scriptures, in this scripture, there is a description of Lord Varahadev, and this scripture was written 5,000 years ago. Okay, so actually more, thousands of years ago, this scripture was written, and in that scripture, there is a description of Varahadev trying to rescue Mother Earth from the Garbhodak ocean, and the description, this photograph is actually a photographic description of what is written in here. Can you see the shape of the earth? What is it? Sphere, yeah. Do you know that around 1,000 years ago, till last 1,000 years ago, before 1,000 years, people did not even know that the earth was round. They used to think that if I'm going to keep on a ship, I'm going to fall down at the end of the earth. Earth is flat. But in our scriptures, it says Bhugol. Bhu means earth, Gol means round. So this is our scriptures, it actually says that. Now, how many of you know Antares? Antares is a star and this is very important to understand, this star is the 16th brightest object in the sky. Which number is it? 16. Not first, not the brightest, not the second brightest. 16th bright, yeah? Now, do you know the name of this in our scriptures? Our scriptures call these stars as Jyeshtha. You know what Jyeshtha means in Hindi? It means older, bigger, majestic. And until last 500 years ago, we did not even know that Antares is 4,000 times bigger than the sun. 4,000 times bigger than the sun. And we knew this without any telescopes. It's written in here. So this is another example that proves that our scriptures are right. The next one is, how many of you know about the Great Barrier? Great Barrier, not Great Barrier. Great Barrier, you know, yeah? So we are specifically looking at this star. You know the arrow, can you see the arrow? So this star actually, thank you. According to our scriptures, South India, how many of you are from South India? Which part? Hyderabad. Bangalore. So, I think near Bangalore, in Kullu or something, there is still a tradition where a husband and wife, when they get married, they are actually taken outside and they look at this star and they pray to this star. You know the name of this star is in Hindi? It's called Arundhati Vashisht, not Arundhati. Because it's not one star, it's actually a star constellation, it's two stars. And you know, normally two-star constellation में क्या होता है? एक star दूसरे star के आजू-बाजू में घूमता है. One star revolves around another star. But this is the only constellation where both the stars are revolving around each other. So when a husband or wife, newlywed husband and wife taken to show this and take blessing from the star, they are saying, this is how a husband and wife should live their life. It's not husband is the center and wife is running around, or wife is the center, husband is running around most cases. No. It has to be both ways, yeah? Both ways. And this was written, this is thousands of years old, written in our scriptures, that this is two-star constellation. There was no what do you call it? We had no equipment to do anything. So this is the power of our scriptures.
Who is walking ahead?
Huh? Who is Prabhu? Mataji, he's asking you a question, I will answer it afterwards. Nirmal Prabhu is asking you a question, Mataji. So, Prabhu, after this, I know who will walk ahead. So, it will be now Nirmal Prabhu running ahead, not walking anymore. So, the next thing we talk about is metallurgy. Anyone here is engineer, metallurgical engineer, or anyone? Anybody has? Okay. So there is this is pillar in Delhi, Qutub Minar, in front of Qutub Minar. This is a rust-proof one. Nobody knows how. It was made thousands of years ago. There is another pillar which is in Kollur, near Bangalore. That has 750 centimeters of rain 6 to 8 months of the year, and still it is rust-proof. This pillar was not even made by a scientist. It was made by the tribal people when they were trying to welcome Adi Shankaracharya, so many years ago. And still people don't know how did they make it. Now metallurgy, there is another thing where, how many of you know about zinc? Zinc is an element. Now zinc, in order to extract zinc, only country that used to extract zinc was India for 4,000 years. The problem with zinc is, when you heat something up, when you extract zinc from zinc ore, what happens, you heat it up, at 997 degrees, it will melt. It will come out of the ore. But after 3 degrees, it will evaporate. So by the time you stop the flame, it's already evaporated. So you can't capture it. You couldn't capture it. India, they've been capturing zinc. They were making things out of zinc for thousands of 4,000 years. and it's written in our history books if you look at it. You know how they did it? They put the furnace upside down. They put the iron ore in the ground and put the fire at the top. So what happens is the zinc, when it gets liquefied, it goes down, and at the bottom it is cold water. It gets collected in the cold water. You know, around 500 years ago, someone from China came to India. They stole this technique, and then somebody from England, his name was, I think, Captain Champion or something. He actually created the first zinc extracting distillery in England. But it's actually, we've been doing this for 4,000 years. It's coming from where? Our scriptures. If you're still not convinced, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 8 shabd, 8 words in there. Now, there is a thing called Katapayadi. Have you heard of, Prabhu, have you heard of Katapayadi? There is a Sankhya. You haven't heard? It's from Karnataka. Anyone from Karnataka? Yeah? You're from Karnataka? There's a thing called, there's a number thing called Katapayadi. What they do is, they give one number to certain alphabets, 2 number to certain alphabets. So when you actually put those alphabets on that words, you know what you get? You get pi to 30 decimal, 3.14, 30 decimal. So our scriptures are not even so, they are so ahead, they are encrypted as well. And this is actually, you can Google it, you can do whatever research you want to do it. Then next one is, how many of you know about Vasco da Gama? How about Columbus? Yeah? So this is Goa, this is in Goa. So there is a port called Vasco da Gama port in Goa. Now, the story goes, this is the thing that I'm telling you right now is written in Vasco da Gama's personal diary that is still in Lisbon museum. It's written there, and it's actually for people to read. It's actually, the page is already open. What it says is, when Vasco da Gama and Christopher Columbus, they started looking for India. They were looking for India. So Vasco da Gama from Europe came down, and Columbus went up. So Columbus, he went up and he found America. And he thought it was India. So that's why they call Indians. And because their color was different to Americans, these Britishers, they started calling them Red Indians. So now when Vasco da Gama was going down through, if you know your geography, if he going down to through Africa, he's going down, and then what happened? He found Cape of Good Hope. There is a last port there. What he was doing is he had the biggest ship of Europe, but he was so scared of losing his track that he was always going near the coast, all the way African coastline. In the Cape of Good Hope, he found this Gujarati guy. He wrote his name on his diary. His name was Kahana. Last name, we don't know. Most likely Patel. So, supposedly Kahana Patel, he asked him, what are you doing? He said, I want to go to India. You know what Kahana said? I am from India. He said, how did you get here? He said, I've got ships. He said, can you take me to India? He goes, yeah. So he got him on the port, and his ship, he had 4 ships, and each ship was 10 to 12 times bigger than his ship, which was the biggest ship in Europe. And then what he did is he escorted him. 2 ships on the side, one at the front, one at the back, and Vasco da Gama's thing was in the middle. And he guided him all the way to India. And all the credit goes to Vasco da Gama. You know why? Because in our scriptures, the whole map of the earth is actually written. If you're still not convinced, this is the last one in my, last arrow in my quiver. Sonography started around 30-40 years ago. 30 years ago, sonography started. We did not know how the fetus in the womb develops. So in the first 2 weeks, what happens? First 3 weeks, what happened? First 4 weeks, what happened? Now this, in the third canto of this book, which I'm going to show you a snippet of it, all of this thing was written thousands of years ago, and actually tells you what happens. On the first night, so look at the third one. The course of a month, head is formed. At the end of 2 months, the hands, feet, the limbs take shape. By the end of 3 months, nail, fingers, toes, body, hair, bones, skin appear, and the organ generation and other apertures in the body, namely eyes, nostril, ears, and nose. This is written thousands of years ago. There was no sonography. No sonography. And this is not, I haven't written it down. It is actually part of the scriptures. And if you want, it is on the 3rd canto, 19th chapter in here. You can actually read it. So, now that I'm going to, guys, give me 5 more minutes. I'm going to finish here. I know kids are a little uneasy. So what is the message of all scriptures? I'm talking about Quran. If you talk about Quran, Bible, not you. But I want other people to have a bit of chance. What is the actual message, underlining message of all the scriptures and all the religion? Please tell me. Have a go. There's no right or wrong answer. I mean, there is a right answer, but you won't be penalized. What is the underlining message of all scriptures? Yes.
Scriptures are authentic, so we are meant to live in them.
So what is the message? What message? Like what they want to tell us? What is the one thing? You're right, absolutely right. What they preach, what they want to teach us.
What is the purpose of life?
Yes, purpose of life. Yes, very good. You're on the right line.
Way of living.
Hang on. I know you know. Yes.
That we are children of God.
Very nice. Very nice.
Way of living.
Way of living. Very nice. Yes.
And who's God?
Who is God? Beautiful. Very, very close. Knowledge. Yes. Knowledge about what?
How to connect to God.
How to connect to God. You guys are very, very close. Just one thing missing. Yes.
How to, like what to do when God's not on the planet?
What to do when God's not on the planet? Very good. Yes, Prabhu.
How to love God?
How to love. So the actual message of all the scriptures, Quran, Bible, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Torah, everything has one thing, which is love. But we know the one thing that is disappearing from this planet is what? Love. It is only lust. Do you know the difference between love and lust? What is it? Give me meaning. What is the difference between love and lust?
Eternal, whereas lust is fleeting.
Oh, love is eternal, lust is fleeting. Very good. Anything else? Huh? Who said that? Oh, love is unconditional. Very nice. And lust has condition. Scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Yes.
You don't expect anything in return from
Love, you don't want anything in return, and lust, you want something in return. Very nice. Anyone else? You guys are awesome. Yes.
Like, love is kind and lust is selfish.
Wow. Look at that. A 7-year-old is saying love is kind and lust is selfish. Man, how do you know these things, man? I want to know what he eats, man. Seriously. And you as well.
I just guessed.
You just guessed. That's what I want to know. Yes, your son? Who? Where are your parents? Where are your parents? Can you please rate your... Oh, man. I need to talk to you after this. Anyway. So, love is the underlying message. And the reason why it is going away is because we are not spending time with this. We are not. Somebody told me, Brijesh, I don't feel motivated. I was asking him to come and join me for the gym. He said, oh, I can't, man. I don't feel motivated. The same thing, motivation doesn't last. Same with bathing. Bathing doesn't last as well. That's why you do it every day. I mean, hopefully, every single day. So you bathe every day because it doesn't last. So motivation, you need to have motivation every day. And if you want to go to gym once a month, do you think anything will happen to your body?
No.
So if you read the scriptures once a month, not much will happen. But if you read 5 minutes a day, every single day, the transformation that you will see will be incredible. Let's watch this video about love.
สิ่งที่เขาได้คือได้แค่ความรู้สึกได้เห็นความสุขได้เข้าใจได้ความรักได้ในสิ่งที่เงินซื้อไม่ได้ได้โลกที่สวยงามกว่าเดิมในชีวิตคุณอะไรคือสิ่งที่คุณต้องการมากที่สุดให้ประกันชีวิต
So that was love. And what was the purpose of all the knowledge? To get happiness. And the only way you can get the happiness is by love. And you will never be able to understand love literally if you don't read scriptures. I have started reading scriptures after Swami Krishna Prabhu and Govinda Mataji asked me to for last 9 years. And this has changed my life. You know? Materially, I am a senior executive in Commonwealth Bank. And I manage almost 600 people. But that doesn't give me any satisfaction. What reading this every day for half an hour, 20 minutes gives me happiness. This gives me motivation to come and sit here on a weeknight. My wife and son are home and I want to do this for you because Swami Krishna Prabhu and Gopivanda Mataji did it for me. So I want to come here. I'm happy. That gives me happiness coming here, sitting here and giving this time to you gives me happiness because I can feel the love that these guys have given me through this knowledge. So I really, really strongly recommend you guys to come to the programs like this. We have these programs 4 minutes from here every Friday. So if you guys are interested in joining that program every Friday, there's a program for the kids and the same what we discussed today. This is just a small little trailer of what we do. We try and look at scriptures as spiritual scientists. And the basis of science is actually spirituality. Then, so what happens is right now there are 3 in 7 people in Australia have undiagnosed depression. And the time I was sitting here, 40 people in Australia have already committed suicide. 40 of them since I started talking. Because they don't have knowledge, and because of that they don't have love. So what we are talking about is not a matter of entertainment. We are not here to entertain people. We are here to bring people closer to the knowledge so that they can live a fulfilled life. We have to go back to the basics. Find out what is the purpose of my life, and am I actually investing time in focusing purpose of my life? Now we have to consistently study scriptures ritualistically. And ritual and spiritual, the difference is, if you put your soul in ritual, it becomes spiritual. So now we're going to do an arti for the Lord, and we're going to show lamp. The lamp represents, oh Lord, remove all the darkness from my mind and my heart that is stopping me to understand these scriptures, to go towards knowledge. Get rid of all the darkness of ignorance, and please give me the light of knowledge. That is what we're going to pray. And there is a pastime for this. Everybody can see that photo over there, the big one. Yashoda Ma is trying to tie Krishna. So, is it okay if I give 2 minutes of, yeah? You guys are okay, no? Nobody is sleeping? Okay, good. So, what happened is, one day, Yashoda Ma was churning butter, and she has been churning butter for 3-4 days from the best of the best cows that Krishna loves, so that she can make the best butter for Krishna. But what happened is, Krishna was a little boy. He came to Mama and said, "Mama, I'm hungry." So she stopped churning. She picked him up, started feeding him, and they were. Yashoda Ma was looking at Krishna. Krishna was looking at Yashoda Ma, and Yashoda Ma was humming, some bhajan like this, and they were looking at each other. It was a blissful, amazing blissful moment. And suddenly Yashoda Ma realized that she left a pot of boiling milk on the stove. So she just realized she actually took Krishna off, put him on the floor, and ran towards the kitchen to take the milk out. Krishna got really angry. He goes, "Man, it was such a blissful thing. I was drinking my mother's milk. I was in bliss, and now suddenly without warning, she didn't tell me anything. She just left me." You know what he did? He broke all the pots of butter that she has been doing for 4 days. Now, when Yashoda Ma came out, she saw all this butter on the floor. Everything is broken. She looks at Krishna. Krishna was like angry, But as soon as he saw Mother Yashoda angry with red eyes, he just suddenly goes, "Oh, what did I do?" Hoda? Sometimes we do things and like, "Oh my goodness, what did I do?" And he was really then he got really scared. And Mother Yashoda looked at a stick nearby, and she started running towards him, and he started running and running and running. And somehow she catches hold of him, and she says, "I'm going to tie you up right now for the whole day outside, because you do all these things all the time. I'm sick of this. All the gopas and gopis, they come and complain about you stealing, you're doing this. Every time, I'm going to give you a punishment today." And all the villagers, gopas and gopis, they were watching, So she took him in the veranda, and she took him next to the grinding mortar, and she got a rope. She went behind the grinding mortar, and she started tying, but the ropes were 2 fingers short. So it was this distance. There was a 2-finger distance between 2 ropes, so she couldn't tie. She goes, "Stay here, I'm going to get more rope." She gets more rope. She ties the 2 ropes together. She goes around the okal again, and she started bind him again. It's 2 fingers short. Now she realizes, my son is a little chamatkari, miraculous. He must be doing some magic. He I'm gonna get all the ropes from the whole house. And then all the people around there, they were saying, Arey jane do na, don't worry about it. He does that all the time. Let him go, don't tie him. So shut up. You guys come and tell me every single day that Krishna did this, Krishna did this. Now, I want you to go to your houses, bring all the ropes that you have. So all the gopis, they got all the ropes. Mother Yashoda tied everything, and she went around the circle, and then again, it was 2 fingers short. Now she started crying. She goes, oh, please Krishna, let me tie you. And then Krishna goes, okay mama, okay. And then Krishna picks up the thing and he ties himself and he helps the mother to tie. So now the mother was able to tie Krishna. So this pastime happens in this month, which is today is the last day of that month, Kartik month. And this is a very favorite pastime of Radharani, and that's why it's a favorite month for Krishna, because Radharani loves this month. And now, the relevance of 2 fingers was, the reason why it was 2 fingers short is because Mother Yashoda was trying her best. She is doing all her strength, power, karma to tie him, but she did not have one thing, which was mercy of the Lord. So in order to achieve anything in our life, we need 2 things. One is our endeavors, which is our efforts. Another one we need is mercy. Without mercy, it doesn't matter what you do. You know, some people say, you need to have confidence. You can achieve anything in the world you want. Rubbish. You can't. Because if you ask a fish to climb a tree, it doesn't matter what you do. Fish won't be able to climb the tree. It's not possible. You need 2 things. One is your endeavors and one you need is mercy. So we have to do our endeavors in our life and read these books and then depend on the mercy of the Lord. Okay? Thank you very much for so amazingly listening. You guys are amazing. You're such an amazing audience. Thank you for participating. I really appreciate it. And please forgive me if I have said something which has offended anyone. And now I'm going to open it up. If you have any questions, any comments, anybody wants to say something, you have a couple of minutes. Yes? You want to say something? Yes, please say. Can you give him the mic, please? I don't want to miss that. Mic. Turn it on first. Is it on? Yes, what do you want to say? Yes, say it.
Mother Yashoda
yes.
Mother Yashoda just found a small rope, and then she was trying to tie, but it was loose.
Yes. How old are you?
4.
Wow. Oh, thank you.
Yesterday was my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Did you bring the cake?
Did you bring the cake? No. What happened? Did you eat all of the cake? No. So I'm not going to have any cake.
Because all my friends eat the cake.
Oh, so it's not your fault, your friends. I need to talk to them. Yes, beta. You want to say something? Can I have the mic, beta, please? Over here. Thank you. Give it to her. Thank you.
I think we have 2 people who have the same birthday. My dad's as well.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. You want to make a comment, beta? Did you like the class?
Yes, the class was good. It really goes deep into the spirits, the slokas and all those other things.
Yeah.
It was really deep inside.
Thank you. Not deep enough for you, I guess, because next time if you come to the class, I'll get a little bit more deeper. Thank you. Can you bypass on my case, beta? Do you want to say something?
He's my brother, and he says everything which is in the past is yesterday.
Oh, very good. So he's just 4, so we can give him that, yeah? Alright, thank you very much. Prabhu ki jai. So now we're going to do Kirtan. And so what will happen is, where is Sneh Prabhu? So what will happen is, now we're going to light up a lamp. So I want you guys to please stand up. And we will we will come over here. Somebody will help you wash your hand quickly in a cup, and then you will offer this lamp to Krishna. So Sneh Prabhu, you can start showing people how it's done, and then people can do it. Okay? Thank you very much. Turn it off. Mataji. Look, this is Sneh Prabhu has this, and we're going to use this as a. Yes, sir. It's so good to see you. Wow. I did not even compare. No, no. Who's holding here? Okay. Alright guys, don't give one diya, just give multiple people do it together.
At least 4 or 5. At least
Diya is okay, but let 4 or 5 diyas they can do together.
So can you also explain how to do it? 4, 2 and 3.